This is Urdizzle walking through the daily tournament that ended on June 13th, and my bag for this round is my Accurate Windbreak Fuse, the Accurate Windbreak River, the Accurate Windbreak Musket, so pretty standard stuff that I usually use. I'm also throwing in the bag an Accurate Glide Musket that I'll use on several holes. And then, of course, my Light Glide Ballista and my Roll Turn Ballista. So I did pull the recoil out for the musket, because that'll help on several holes. So I decided to tackle this daily tournament a little different than a lot of the other ones. I decided not to grind for the early ace. And part of the reason was this is just a very annoying hole to grind for an ace. I don't think there's a consistent line where you're going to hit it regularly like there is on other ones. The second is just time-wise. I just really didn't feel like wasting time on the grind. So I made the decision not to do that one. And also hole 2 here, which was actually hole 1 on yesterday's daily with a slightly different wind. And so I'm going to use the Accurate Glide Musket. And again, if I get this one, great, but I also did not want to grind on that one. So I just wanted to see what I could do on this one. And I already made a run or two through this, so this is like my third, maybe my fourth run. And so again, just didn't really feel like grinding those. What I did want to do was I did want to grind this one. So I wanted to make sure if I'm not going to get a hole-in-one on either of those first two, I wanted to really make sure I got an eagle on this guy. So I actually did restart a couple times until I got the eagle on this. And the roller seems to give me the best option to get down there. I don't really like to use the roller as much on this hole in multiplayer because it has a tendency to cut short and go OB. So it was good to start off with an eagle on number 3, which leads into hole 4. So this was my plan, was instead of trying to grind for the hole-in-ones on 1 and 2, is I just wanted to really make sure I got the eagle on hole 3 and on hole 4. So both are roller holes, and this one, if you get a wind of 4 or 5, and I just missed the tree there, it's a little unpredictable, especially if the disc hops up off the ground. It has a tendency to be more affected by the wind. So if I could just get within about 60, 70, I'm usually pretty comfortable. So this, again, a little far out for a wind of 4, but I was able to make that. And I know I've mentioned this in other videos, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with those shots in the 60 to 80 foot range with strong winds. So I'm definitely kind of working on that. Now, hole 5, I know from previous runs and dailies that there's a pretty good accurate windbreak musket line, and I was so happy to hit that one. I mean, I knew what the height was going to be, but that was a little unpredictable about where it would go. So I was definitely surprised to hit that one, but very, very, very happy. So that was kind of a bonus. That kind of makes up for not grinding on hole 1 and hole 2. Hole 6, this is one where you just kind of want to swing it out wide and hope you don't go in the water. And that's one where I find the Accurate Windbreak Musket kind of cuts a little harder. So having that Accurate Glide Musket in the bag was kind of nice to let it kind of fade out to the left. So then hole 7, when I see sunshine here, I'm thinking I've got to ace one of these. So I'm probably going to get 2 of these and the par 4. And again, the sidearm, the forehand river just is money. So I was really happy to get that one. And then, of course, the par 4, which seems to be popping up over and over and over again lately. So this one, with the wind of 2, I'm just trying to make sure I get it between the trees. And that one just got skinny through that. And that's one of the reasons I aim a little lower than some people do, is I can avoid the leaves. So as long as I miss the tree trunks, I can usually kind of make it through. And then 58 feet, I am putting that one. I just feel that's more consistent for me. And so eagle back to back. And now this one, if I can get this one, I'm pretty confident I've got a round that no one is going to beat. So I line up my fuse, and as soon as it was out of my hand, I'm like, I've got it. And of course, that usually means I don't. So right off the top, I was extremely disappointed not to get that one, but that would have been an insane round. So I ended up with a 14 under, and that round did end up taking first place. And so there was one other 14 under, and I think there were several 13 unders, but that was a pretty solid round. So even with that ace on the last one that banged off the top band, which would have been a 15 under, I still ended up taking it. So pretty happy with that, and it only took about 20-25 minutes, so I didn't have to do any crazy grinding. So again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back soon.